What's up, YouTube? So right now you are looking at a blank screen. And the main reason for you looking at a blank screen is because it's a little hard to record while in the car at this point. And until I get a better phone, it just is going to be straight up audio when I do these trips back and forth to where I'm originally from, we'll put it that way. So, let's talk about something that's been on my mind for a while, and the reason why things haven't been looking as well as they have on YouTube or on just things in general and bettering yourself. I have a really, really bad problem with habits. So, really, this is kind of non-tech related, but it definitely can apply to any field of work that you work in. And we'll start off with, doing the good habits of when you're in a tech field. Every day check your backups. Every day make sure you've completed what you wanted to for that day. That's easy enough almost. If you basically get yourself set up with a help desk support and you have people emailing this help desk support, it will automatically generate a ticket and it's trackable, and you've got your organization right there, and everything's fine and dandy. However, it's a little bit different, at least for me, in doing YouTube videos and doing things on my own, rather than doing things, even though I am doing them on my own, but doing the things for my job. My job, for me, and my mindset, is a requirement. I have to do my job at work every single day, and if I don't do it, then I'm going to be poor, I'm going to be homeless, I'm not going to be able to do something. So it's easier to follow some of the habits working in a job that you're used to going to every day, Monday through Friday, in my case, 8:30 to 4:30. So, to start off with, in the beginning, I even struggled with that. I couldn't get all of the things that I was supposed to do every day done because of the lack of structure and the lack of organization, which, quite frankly, unfortunately, is partially still the case in my personal life, not as much in my work life, but it still creeps up every now and then, even in my work life, which it certainly has in the past, and it probably will again, unfortunately. But I know I'm doing a bit of rambling, but to get to the point here, habits develop what we can do in life, and can we do it well in life? I guess habits really can help us really push what we need to do and make it better. I'll give you another example, completely non-tech related, but you can again apply it to technology in the field that you work in. Okay, so the first thing is that I play guitar and I play piano. I do both. And the thing is that I've been playing guitar for about 17 years. And to be honest with you, when you hear me play guitar, it sounds like I've only been playing guitar for about maybe 5 or 6 years. And the reason why is because those 5 or 6, maybe even 7 years, I was kind of devoted to it as a kid. I was literally practicing guitar as much as I could, pretty much playing everything that I could do for a while, and even then, maybe not perfect to what other people with a lot of skills can do. And the truth is about a lot of these skills is, yes, while some of these skills come in, especially for music, naturally and easily, for most of us, if we want to sound good and we want to be a professional, we have to practice these skills every single day, otherwise we're not going to do it. And I've learned also that you could practice the skills for 8 hours one day on that week. That's it. You'll get slightly better, but believe it or not, your 8 hours is slightly a waste of time because you're spending more time trying to learn the process and let your brain try to learn and think while you're doing it for 8 hours straight. It doesn't work that well. In fact, this is pretty much a good thing to get into if you're in school or anything like that. You don't really want to break things up and do things all at once. And I am more than guilty of doing that. I am certainly more than guilty of doing things last minute. That is something that I have struggled with for years. And guess what? It still happens. So why aren't we getting better at what we do? Well, because we haven't had enough time to rest. Even though we're not thinking about what we're doing, our brain is. And it makes sense in a way, because a lot of times if you are struggling on a project and you are going at it nonstop, if you take a break, take a lunch, more often than not, you will actually have a good chance of learning what you need to do. It's crazy, but it works. So, point being here is that with habits that we develop, if we develop them on a daily basis, if we develop the good habits and not do it constantly all day, I mean, we would have a better chance at being better at whatever we want to do. And that's just my opinion. It could be completely different for other people. It depends on how you work. But at least for me, I can say that if I break things up, I will sound better. Took an example last week. And again, sorry, it's not tech-oriented, but it can be. You just need to apply it to what you do. But anyways, I took an example last week of me playing the piano. And again, I've been playing the piano for 2 years. I sound like I've been playing the piano for 6 months. That's kind of how it is. But the reason why is because I haven't been practicing. I haven't been pacing myself. And when I did practice, I'd practice for freaking 3 hours in the day, at least, when I really wanted to practice. And then I'd go in the lesson and I'd sound like shit. And it would sound okay when I was there doing it on my own, but I'd sound like shit in the lesson. The reason why is because I simply didn't break up those chunks. Had I even done 3 hours in the week, had I even done 30 minutes a day, or broken those 3 hours up into the week, it would have sounded better. That's my theory, at least. So that is one of the reasons why you want to do this. So let's also take YouTube. Now I'm going to switch back to tech. If I've lost you already, give this video a thumbs down. I understand where you're coming from. We are all busy. Take YouTube, okay? Had I uploaded videos every day, instead of working on one video for hours on end and publishing it for that week, more than likely, I would get the audience views. When I uploaded my video, how to use Windows 8, and I uploaded videos after that, I noticed a pattern. I noticed that my videos were starting to gain more views. And guess what I did? I didn't do the right thing. Did I continue with making videos? Sure. But did I make them on a regular basis? Absolutely not. And that's what I'm trying to develop this channel into, is to getting things done on a constant basis. Now, one thing I have to do is I have to stop making the excuses and not upload, but just upload as much as I can in terms of my content. So I'll be coming up with a few ideas to getting this channel a lot better, but this one I think can relate to us all. If we don't do things out of habit, and we don't break things up in the day, and we try to do things all at once, we are basically setting ourselves up, at least in my opinion, for failure. And I know there are cases where you can say, well, I was able to get all this stuff done in a day, and I feel great, and I didn't have to break it up, and it just makes me feel awesome. That's great. But the real truth is although you could get stuff done, if you're doing stuff that requires you to think, not like, for example, picking up your house or cleaning up. That really doesn't require much thinking, although it could if you're trying to organize. If you had originally just did things and broke things up, perhaps it would be a lot easier. But the hardest thing for myself, included in this whole entire thing, is getting and building up habits to make it easier instead of doing things all at once. It's just something that we all, I think, need to consider, and we even need to consider it as technicians. dealing with computer problems? Would we rather deal with the computer problems all at once and then have nothing else to do or have to research something new? Maybe if we really want to get the job done quick and learn something new, but for the most part, we want to split up what we do because, simply put, it actually may have a better result of what we expected. It may have less issues. You may have less times you actually have to go back to that workstation. Overall, you may be doing a better job by simply breaking up the work instead of trying to do it all at once. And that's my point of this video, and I think that's going to be the title of this video, is basically break up your work to make life easier. And this is really something that I think I'm going to start to do. As you can hear, that's basically a text message, and ordinarily I would stop this video and redo it, but that's not happening. But anyways, I'm pretty much done. I appreciate everybody who's listening to this. It's, again, not a video format, it's just an audio format, but if you're interested in me doing more videos, let me know. If this video helps you, just understand that don't break things up. I mean, I could sum this video up in 2 seconds. Don't do things last minute. Ooh, and I see a nice Tesla. Speaking of looking at things. Anyways, thank you guys very much for listening. I know I may have been just jumping around at the point here, but just simply don't break things up. Don't do things last minute. Alright guys, have a great day, and stay tuned for more videos.